ABC Hockey Night in Canada, brought to you by Molson, Canada's name in beer since 1786. Brewers of Molson Golden. Canadian General Electric, progress for people since 1882. Canadian Tire Dealers with 320 stores to serve you across Canada. And by the Ford Motor Company of Canada, on behalf of your Ford and Mercury dealers from coast to coast. The Stanley Cup semifinals, Minnesota versus Philadelphia. Game number one. The North Stars, fresh from their upset of Montreal in the quarterfinals, keep right on going and beat the Flyers at the Spectrum. It was a high-scoring affair, won by Minnesota in the third period on Steve Payne's power play goal. Minnesota 6, Philadelphia 5. But the next night, the Flyers are back to their first-place form and have little trouble handling the North Stars. Philadelphia scores twice in the first period, 3 more times in the second, en route to a 7-0 win, and that makes the first goal of the game the winner by Paul Holmgren. The series is tied after 2 games in Philadelphia. On Sunday night, the North Stars returned home to another rousing ovation at the Met Center. But it was the Flyers who dominated the early part, leading 2-0 on 2 first-period goals by Bill Barber. That was the first, and the second one finds him unattended in front of the net, backhand over Joe Malage. 2-0 Flyers. Mel Bridgman makes it 3-0. Barber's third goal puts the Flyers up by 4. The North Stars, however, mount a comeback. It appears they might force overtime. Until Barber's fourth goal of the game, it is shorthanded. Philadelphia 5, Minnesota 3. And tonight, for a very important fourth game, we are live at the Met Center in Bloomington, Minnesota for the Flyers and the North Stars. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dave Hodge, your host for tonight's game, again seen on both sides of the border via Hockey Night in Canada and NHL 80 in the United States. Our play-by-play commentators are Dan Kelly and Jim Robson. Jerry Pender provides the color commentary, and Howie Meeker will have analysis of tonight's game via highlights in the intermission. For the first 3 games of this series, let's find out the comments of Dan Kelly and Jerry Pender.
Okay, Dave. The Minnesota North Stars won Game 1. Philadelphia has come back to win Games 2 and 3. Jerry, what's your analysis of the series so far?
Game 1, Minnesota scores 3 goals on the power play. Game 2, they have 5 power plays in the first period and don't score. And the game we saw here on Sunday night, they had 8 power plays and only scored 1 goal. Obviously, Philadelphia is going to take a lot of penalties. They're that type of a hockey club. They're rugged. They use a little bit of stick work. Minnesota's got to capitalize on the power play, Dan.
And the Flyers, who have had problems all season long on the power play, are coming through in that area.
Worst percentage in the power play percentage in the league during the regular season, and they have scored more power play goals in this series than the North Stars.
That's the comments of the series. What about tonight? Let's go to Jim Robson and Howie Meeker.
Thank you, Dan Kelly. Okay, Howie Meeker, what do we look for tonight?
Well, if you're wise, you'll pay special attention to Bobby Clark. Sunday, he was outstanding. I thought the best man on the ice. I've never seen him play better hockey. And oh, how the Flyers attack the open man. They just completely neutralize him. And U.S. Olympic star Steve Kristoff gives the North Stars tremendous speed. Man, how he can carry the mail and the puck at the same time.
Well, we look forward to a lot of excitement tonight. It's coming up soon. Here's Dave Hart.
No matter what happens tonight, the Flyers will lead Minnesota with an advantage. If the Flyers win, of course, it would be a big advantage. 3-1 in games, going home to the Spectrum on Thursday night. Even if the Flyers lose tonight and the series is tied at 2, the Flyers will have home ice advantage for the remainder of the series. So if that means anything, it is that the pressure is squarely on the shoulders of the Minnesota North Stars tonight. Our Stanley Cup playoff coverage will return in just a moment.